Great, feeling way better. Just getting better and better every day, every week, which is a great thing. So feeling good. I don't know. I guess you have to see on Sunday. We'll have to find out.
Has anything changed about the rehab process or anything like that? I mean, being a little further away from the injuries or anything, or
No, it's the same zealous approach to rehab. Is being energetic about it. Also, just continually just being on top of it every morning, every night, during the day. So it's been great.
You still get up in the middle of the night and do something?
Yeah, I do. Definitely. just.
How's that go? The guy just comes in and wakes you up?
No, I mean it just depends. I mean, I just set my alarm and all that, and just make sure that I have everything ready to go and it's right there. So, constantly icing, constantly stretching, doing all that stuff.
Is that just to make sure it doesn't get stiff or, in one position for the entire too long of a period, or what's the purpose?
I think there's the purpose just to stay on top of it. Just to have that same approach. Yeah, just to keep continually getting better, continually getting stronger. Feel great though.
Is there any particular secret to being able to bounce back from these injuries so quickly?
I think the first thing is mentality. How you approach it. I think that's the. I'm not sure if that's a secret, but I'm not sure if there's any secrets really. But I think ultimately having people that help you in terms of the training room and everything like that, they've been great. The Seahawks training staff, and they've been awesome. Drew's been great too as well. Carey too. So I think just staying on top of it every day, honestly.
How does that jive with the sleep studies and the benefits of the sleep, and
How does it what?
how does that jive with, how does that fit in with the focus that Coach Carroll and trainers, et cetera, put on getting good night's sleep and the value of being rested?
Oh man.
Mariah, now that you're getting up all night.
I'm used to not getting too much sleep, so I think the sleep study thing is important. But for me, I got to do what I got to do to be ready to roll So like I said, it's the approach that you have, the mentality that you have.
When you say no time to sleep all the time, what do you average a night?
On a normal week, probably 5 hours. I don't need much more. I just ever since I was little, I used to get up early in the mornings. It's just how I am. So in college too, took 18 credits. Every semester. I played football and baseball. Get up for spring football practice. We'd go to baseball games, and I'm just used to it. So it's one of those things that I'm excited to get up in the mornings. Every time, I get to wake up and come to this job, and every time I get to come to practice, every time there's a game, I look forward to the opportunity. So, I can sleep in the off season if I need to, get a couple extra hours. But in terms of during the season, the job is to win and do whatever it takes to win.
So how much does nutrition go into it, and hydration go into that?
And that's a huge part. I think obviously the nutrition factor, eating well and also, hydrating well. I think that's a big part. I would, maybe it's the nano bubbles. Who knows?
how did you on Tuesday when Devontae and Mohamed Sanu went with you to the hospital and all that? How did that sort of come together? How did you get to know those guys?
Yeah, that was a cool day, man. There's so many great NFL players, so many great people that you get to meet through different experiences. I met Mohamed Sanu when we first went to IMG and we trained together. We had a great class there training, and he was one of the guys I really connected with, and we got to throw every day together. We got to work out every time, every morning, every afternoon, and so he had a great mentality. He had a great passion for giving back, and so anyways, we've always stayed connected pretty close. And same thing with Devontae Freeman. I got to meet him at the Pro Bowl this past year. And he's a young guy that's a great professional, plays the game the right way, treats people the right way, and he's passionate about the game. And so we really connected in that way. And so, so anyways, when they got out here and I heard they were out here, Devontae and I were texting back and forth, and we were talking about going to the Children's Hospital together. And then, I was like, hey, you know what? It'll be cool if, a couple other players came with us. So Mohamed Sanu came and Tyler Lockett came. I know a few other guys wanted to come too, if they had the chance, but they couldn't. So same thing with our teammates too. So, guys are busy on Tuesdays, obviously, with a lot of other great things that they're doing in the community. And Mohamed Sanu and Devontae and Tyler, it was just a special day just to have, it's bigger than just the game. it's bigger than just the game. The reality is the game of life is way more important, and just be able to share those moments with those kids and to be able to put a smile on their face. The kids were lit up when they saw us out there, in their rooms and stuff. And same thing with the Falcons guys, and it was just a special day.
There's a thing that social workers have that they have to deal with. They call it compassion fatigue. That over the years they keep trying to help people, and sometimes it doesn't turn out. Do you ever have any kind of that sense when you're at the Children's Hospital week after week, and some of the stories aren't great? How do you keep from internalizing the ones that go bad?
When you say compassion fatigue, what does it mean exactly?
It is, I would guess, that the natural inability to handle disappointment chronically, and things that you're losing people that become very important to you.
Yeah, I think that first of all, like I've always told you guys, I'm kind of person. I've been used to hospitals. I understand what it means for family members, loved ones to be in hospitals. My dad was in there constantly when I was in college, especially. There's different moments when he was in there when I was in high school and middle school because of diabetes and stuff. And my mom, she was also ER nurse for a long time when I was growing up, and she was a nurse, just a normal nurse too as well. And so I was used to it. But I think ultimately, I think God's given me a great opportunity to give back and to share moments with people, and the idea that everything's not perfect in life, but if we can find a way to share love and to give back and to hopefully give a smile to somebody, and that's the hope. Every time I walk into the room, I'm praying for a miracle. And whenever you see a young kid who's 8 years old, 10 years old, 6 years old, maybe a newborn, it's never a good sight. But ultimately, you hope and believe that that person will be able to overcome the situation, and hopefully that you'll be able to encourage the family members too as well.
Do you feel like the offense the last 2 weeks got back to kind of where it was the second half of last season? Did it feel like that?
Yeah, for sure. And I think for us, we just play one game at a time. We don't worry about anything outside of that. We just focus on the opportunity to make it one play at a time. One game at a time, and do whatever it takes to win. And we're doing a great job. We're 3-1. We're in a really, really good spot right now. We're feeling confident about what we're doing. We're getting better and better every week. And we've been battling some tough injuries, but we've been overcoming situations. And we're excited about what we're doing. And we just focus on getting better in practice. And hopefully that shows up in the game, and we make those key plays.
When you look at that Falcons defense, does it look pretty familiar what they're doing?
Yeah, it's definitely familiar. But they do it such a great job with it. They really are on top of what they're trying to do on defense, and they know where guys are going, and they're making the plays on defense, and they look great out there. So it's going to be a great battle.
You go somewhere on bye week?
Yeah, I went to California, just got treatment, and was down there. So and got some vitamin D.
Didn't ride any horses in the surf or anything,
No, not this time.
With possible bad weather on Sunday, what is there any changes you might do for preparing for a game where it might be really super windy out there?
Yeah, wind's always a factor for sure. Rain and stuff like that, that's not really as much of a factor unless it's just hailing like that. I think at the one time we played the Saints in the playoff game, that was pretty bad. But, I don't think rain's really a factor. I think more so it's just the winds. You always have to play that, know how to play that. And so, we'll see what it is on Sunday.
What do you consider the worst weather game you've ever played in?
Probably that Saints playoff game. That was extremely windy. It was raining pretty hard. It was pretty consistent how hard it was raining. So that was a pretty bad game in terms of the weather.
Pete was saying you being healthy can kind of help the run game get going a little bit more. Do you feel the same way? How can the way you're feeling now affect the run game going forward?
Well, I think we're running the ball well. I think that we're making the play. I think C-Mike and Spiller and Collins and when we had Rawls in there, I think those guys were running the ball really, really well. Hopefully, CJ's pro size comes back too soon, and we got a lot of great running backs, and we got a lot of guys that are making some big holes and getting some key runs when we need them. We've been throwing the ball really well too. Guys are making plays on the flank, and our tight ends look great. Our receivers look great. Our backs look great coming on the backfield. So we want to just keep improving. We want to do what it takes to win. And I think that in terms of getting back, and feeling full strength. I mean that is a key part of our game. But I don't think that it limits us in any ways because we have so many guys that can do so many different great things. So we want to be able to do all those things.
Anything else?
Thank you guys. Go Hawks. Pass the peace.